Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that, on the surface, looks pretty simple, a ribbon-cutting ceremony in Pyongyang. But trust me, this is way more than just new apartments. It's a story that reveals North Korea's secret role in a war happening thousands of miles away.
So, you might be asking, why on earth is a housing project making global news? It seems like a local story, right? But when you start to peel back the layers, this project becomes a massive clue, exposing North Korea's surprising and very direct involvement in a conflict on the other side of the world.
Okay, so it all kicks off right here, in Pyongyang. State media is there in full force, and you've got North Korean leader Kim Jong Un with his daughter Kim Ji-woe officially opening this brand new residential district. We're talking slick apartments, new schools, the whole deal.
And here's where things get really interesting. Kim Jong Un doesn't just cut the ribbon and leave. No, he personally meets with the families moving in, and he tells them the state will never forget their sacrifice. That's a super powerful and very public promise. But it kind of begs the question, right? A sacrifice for what, exactly?
So who are these people being honored with brand new homes? Well, they're not just any citizens. The answer to who these people are is the key that unlocks how this local project is directly tied to the front lines of the war in Ukraine.
And there it is, the Ukraine connection. This is the moment where a story about housing in Pyongyang blows up and lands right on the global stage.
Okay, so here's the bombshell. According to North Korea's own state media, these homes are a tribute. They were built specifically for the families of North Korean martyrs. That's their word. Soldiers who were killed while fighting for Russia against Ukraine. Let that sink in for a minute.
Now, this reveal might seem shocking, but it doesn't just come out of the blue. For months now, Western intelligence has been saying, hey, we think North Korea is secretly helping Russia out. We're talking about pretty substantial claims, thousands of troops on the ground, and a steady supply of weapons and ammo to keep the Russian war machine going.
And that is exactly why this housing project is such a huge deal. It's Pyongyang's first indirect but still official confirmation that its soldiers are not only fighting in Ukraine, but they're dying there. It shifts the whole narrative from whispers and intelligence reports to a public, if you want to call it that, coded admission of their losses.
To really get what's going on here, we've got to look at it from two different perspectives. Inside North Korea, this sends one very specific message. But to the rest of the world, it sends another one, and it's a totally different story.
For the people inside North Korea, this is a masterclass in propaganda. It's designed to show that the state really truly cares for the families of its fallen soldiers. It helps justify their involvement in a foreign war by calling it a noble national sacrifice. It's all about boosting support for the regime.
So, how does this look from the outside? Well, the international community isn't seeing some heartwarming tribute. Not at all. They're seeing a calculated and, frankly, dangerous move on the world stage.
I mean, the contrast couldn't be more stark. Internally, the story is about a caring state honoring its heroes. But internationally, the story is about a rogue state breaking UN sanctions and pouring fuel on an already devastating global conflict.
And the reactions, they came fast. Western nations, along with the US and South Korea, have all condemned this move. They're seriously concerned this is going to escalate the war. And what this really does is shine a spotlight on a pretty scary trend. The war in Ukraine is becoming a global battlefield, pulling in new countries as direct players.
So what's the bottom line here? It is crystal clear that this project in Pyongyang is so much more than just a real estate development.
It's doing three things all at once. First, it's a huge public signal that screams, "We're with Russia." Second, it's actual tangible proof of how deeply involved North Korea is in this war, right down to taking casualties. And third, it's a powerful political tool for Kim Jong Un to flex his power and demand loyalty from his own people.
And all of this leaves us with one critical, lingering question. As the war in Ukraine continues to pull in new direct players like North Korea, what does this shifting web of alliances actually mean for the future of global conflict? That's a question that right now has no easy answer.